Welcome everyone. Today we are going to be in the first race of round 11 here in New Jersey in the United States. We are in Division 2, the second to last race here in New Jersey with where the championship's already decided, but the team's championship is far from over. Who will win in this grid today? It's going to be either Sebastian Coe or anybody else that can stop him. We're yet to see here as qualifying will start in shortly.
So obviously Sebastian Coe, I think he's went fastest overall in the Division 2. So yeah, I could be expecting Sebastian Coe to take pole, or it could be Man15 that could be taking pole position. So
Yep.
yeah, it is currently the championship fight between Akagi Red Suns and Farhan FR. So
For the
who
yep.
could be yeah, so who's gonna be taking home the championship in the teams?
So far, we have in the title, if Akagi Red Suns, if Iran doesn't outscore Akagi by 4 points this race, they will lose the championship, and that's all over. And Scuderia Squadra and Brianza can also join in for this fight. And looking at the practice times, uh, Cloud Hartman was the fastest of Division 2 after Sebastian Coteau and then Tony M and Enzo Boy. But looking at this, uh, Cloud isn't in the server so far, and we are 10 seconds away from qualifying. We'll see who's going to get pole in 10 minutes' time. And it is raining, I believe.
Nope, it's currently cloudy
Okay,
conditions.
it's
So
overcast. It is overcast at the moment.
yeah,
This will be
there's
their
only
final chances to do laps. If it's raining, that is.
yep, and it looks like the survey is actually filling up because we have about excluding MJ, myself, and Mac, we have 13 drivers, I believe. Um,
Yeah,
so
13.
yeah, so the attendance rate is relatively low here today. So yeah, who is going to be coming out on top as qualifying just got underway, as you can see. So yeah, we have many drivers having one-off liveries. Most notably Akagi Red Suns running a full black livery in tribute to the late former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Obviously, Chaos Racing well, yes, it's somewhat originated in Japan, but it's made in obviously in Singapore. So yeah, so Chaos Racing, Chaos Racing holding a one-off in tribute to
Okay.
Shinzo Abe. And Fran, looks like they have done the McLaren Golf livery, which is very nice to see. I think the last time we saw the McLaren Golf was all the way back in season 4 when Swift GP was running that
Using it, yep.
McLaren Golf.
One of livery. And here we go. First flying laps. First on this train of cars is Regionale Veloce, who won his first ever race in quite a long career actually, and he's here with more confidence and more chances of winning. Now that there's not much people in the server, but we have to look at Sebastian Coteau once he starts his lap. But here he comes into the first sector, and he's fastest already. But Ben likes Thomas, who's reserving for Ron FR, is fastest in the first sector. We'll see in the second sector who's gonna come out on top. The hairpin only is one of the challenging corners in this sector too, and then a long straight to guide you. Coming now, regional obviously first man in. He's going to be on the purple. He has a really good corner. Doesn't seem like he's making a mistake just yet. Kokoksai and now Sebastian Coteau. It's a purple middle sector and seems to have kept it from Andrew Pipe's long lost son, or Ben Lakes Thomas, reserving for run once more. Here comes Regional. He's going to be the first one going to the line. What's going to be the benchmark time? It's a 1:24.0. Not bad of a lap time. Man 15 goes 1:24.3. and Kogaksai goes 124. One Sebastian Kato goes 123 and 7, and that's Ben 123.745 for the Division 3 driver. That is a mega lap from Ben. That's pole position by 500th of a second. That's a really good lap from him as Regional is now third, and 9 drivers have only yet to set a lap time in this session. We have 13 drivers so far, and that's a really tight battle for pole position. Farhan FR locks the front two.
So yeah, at this rate, as it stands, Ferran will still be alive in this championship fight. So yeah, Akagi, I think in my opinion, they have to get their game right. If not, the championship will drag on all the way to the final round in Kilima, which as a team boss for me, I don't want to for personally for me, I don't like it. Um so yeah, Koek and Manpifting their fourth and fifth right now with regional in P3. So
Really big gap from the two Farhan FR drivers to regional. 8 cents. Impressive stuff from both drivers. But will there be someone that's gonna take a faster lap and improve, or will that be the final classification? We're yet to see. We have 5 more minutes of qualifying left. Cloud Hartman, the fastest guy in practice for Division 2, has just joined the server. Will he have enough time to set his lap that could be fastest? Just a reminder, Cloud Hartman has set a 123.278. That's 5 tenths quicker than this lap. And there's a lot of people coming in as well. They'll be very late, but still, this is gonna spice up the race a bit more. We now have 17 people, I believe, in the server. So, sorry, 16 people that's driving in the server. Will we see a surprise poll? 16 Rise goes fourth
right.
fastest. Great lap.
So as it stands, Akagi Ritsans they are locking out the third row while Farana Far they are currently locking out the front row. So could we see a front row lockout for Farana Far?
That will be 5 points to the title fight against Akagi, and that will put them in 48 points behind. Just a quick note: max points for a race weekend is a 49 points. So once they get in that 48-point zone, they will be in contention for the championship still, but they need to keep that up in the race.
Looks like there's some drivers setting personal best lap time, setting personal best. One driver is notably Patrick Geet. He's currently in P8. He's almost a second down. Can he improve on this lap time? He does improve by a singular tenth, but that is not enough to promote
I be,
positions.
yep, PvP as well has done a 10th place, 124.9. That's good. And still, there's no rain. It's just overcast. Is Are we gonna stay in this kind of weather, or will it rain sometime in the race? We will see. But it seems like it's still dry so far. No drivers that's still setting laps at the moment. Aquios, who's in 11th place for Max GP, red first sector, doesn't seem like a good lap just yet. No one's really setting laps. Man 15th, red first sector. Ben as well, red first sector. Regional red first sector. Everyone's not improving, and this could look really good for both Ben and Sebastian Cato. They can get that 1-2 for Ferran. That's 5 points immediately for this race.
But let's not forget about Clark Harmon. He's currently
Yep,
setting two green sectors right now. Can he ace the third sector? Looks like he's
great
almost gonna
line.
tap the, yeah, he almost taps the wall right there. But can he take pole position up to the line? This is gonna be a very short run to the line. He keeps it to the right to minimize that lap time. He
And he
goes
goes third
P3.
fastest. Nice lap there from Cloud in his first lap as well of the session. That's P3 then. 124.995. That's third driver only to get into the 23s. That's very surprising for Division 2, but still MGRB5 long lost son Ben and Sebastian Cato still the fastest drivers. We're gonna see the out laps here, the final few laps start now. As trying to get as much clear space as possible to avoid visual lag and actually focus on the laps. No one's setting a lap just yet, I believe. Aquio's on the green first sector lap. He's the only one yet that's doing a lap. A regional is green middle sector. Can he make a surprise lap and get onto the front row or maybe even pole? We're yet to see. He's going through the tricky final corners and he's hit the
He's
wall
gonna
and that's
tap the wall.
and that's a that's a really big shame there. He's not gonna complete this lap, and he has one more lap to do so. But on really worn out tires here, second lap on these tires, not really the best, but you can still make up time from it. And Ben has not done another lap. That's it. Quality over 123.7 for the D3 driver. That's still impressive if he keeps that pole position.
Now the big story is that can Koi make it to the line? He's only has 20 seconds to make it to the line right now. As I think someone else has joined. It looks like JT has joined the server, but oh, he left immediately. But he is one of the media personnel. So, but anyways, can Koi make it to the line? He's only 8 seconds. 7. He's gonna make it to the line. He's only 6 seconds left, and Sebastian has gone fastest in the first sector. Can he steal pole position from his own teammate? That's not gonna matter anyways. It looks like Cloud's Koi session is over. He's went wide in on the exit of on the
Man
entry of
Pifting
sector 2.
Man Pifting had a good lap, only made a mistake at that tricky chicane in Sector 3, always takes drivers out and on their bad laps, and that's not really going to be an improvement. Cloud, Hartman, and Sebastian Cato, the only ones. Enzo Boy on a
Oh,
double
he's
green.
going way faster. He's going way faster than Ben
Sebastian
right now. He's
Cato
oh he's
flying
almost
out
hit
here.
the wall.
Amoga Sassi Imposter for Envision, I believe, has gone 10th for yeah, that's a really good qualifying session for the D3 driver. Patrick Eat goes 9th fastest. Here he comes, Sebastian Coetzee. Will he take
That's
pole?
gonna be
It's obvious
pole.
that he will, and he is taking pole. 123.5. Sebastian Coetzee takes pole position, and it's still 1-2 for Ferran. What a great qualifying session they have. Claude Hartman does not improve. The final two drivers on track, Kokoksai. Will he make a shock result? I wonder. Here he comes down the final corner. I don't think he's pushing anymore, but that is a really good. Oh, and he hits the wall, but that's a really good result. Sebastian Cato and Ben 1-2 for for run. That's 5 points to them now.
Yeah, and I also just realized the star blocks and they actually locked out the third row. So
Yep,
so
start
the first
option
four yeah, so the
and
first
Akagi
four
as
row,
well.
yeah, Akagi, disastrous qualifying for them, P7 and P8. So all they need to do is that they need to gain points in this race. Yeah, Akagi they might need some luck for f- for yeah, they just need some luck if they want to win the team's championship at this rate.
And
So
a bit of yep, and a bit of a strategy meeting before the race here on the chat. Uh, what kind of strategy will you take? Historically in the season, it's
one's
always
going
been
to
a
hard.
hard medium. It's a hard medium, but will we see different strategies? I wonder. And the race has started. I don't think anyone's missed
It's
the start. Here we go.
yes,
Four,
you go
five red
five.
lights.
And we are on the way right now.
And
We
there
are
we go. Great
go.
start from everyone. And I think regional slowed down a little bit. Going to turn one then. Who is going to take the lead? Sebastian Coetzee, obviously, as he goes into turn one. Can he keep it clean though? Everyone right behind seems to have kept it clean. into turn two and into the long straight, a long straight here to gain slipstream. Three three-way right now between Cloud Hartman and the two Ferran drivers. This is crucial for the title in the team's championship, and they still go a bit wide there for Ben. But it's Sebastian Coetzee that leads by a small margin so far. But going into the hairpin, who's gonna take the lead then? Into the hairpin, and I believe it's still Sebastian Coetzee, but everyone's done a great job at the start of this race.
Yeah, and looks like there's gonna be a huge slipstream change from the lead to I believe P11. So so yeah, this gonna be a huge slipstream. This gonna be a huge battle for the lead right now as they go into sector 3. Looks like Equals has made a slight mistake going into sector 3. So yeah, that's going to lose him a position to Enzo Boy. So now this is a huge battle for the lead as
Ooh, and
Kalhaman has
into the
tapped the
wall.
wall. Yeah, he
Into
has
the
tapped
wall.
the wall. So now Man Pifting, he's going up into P3 already. So Man Pifting, he's already making some gains. Quack has already dropped to P11 as he's now gained back. And he's now got nope. He's still in P11. So yeah, there is yeah. So at this rate, it's not looking good for Akagi right now as Man Pifting. He sets the fastest lap on lap one at 25.2. So
Great
yeah,
start there from Man 15.
this all to play for right now. As Man Pifting. Oh, looks like Ben has made a mistake. He's
Oh,
dropped. Yeah, he's made a huge mistake, and he's gonna lose 5 positions, and he's and
he's
that could
done.
help. Yeah, and that could help that could help Akagi limit the damage going into the final round. Looks like it is Sebastian Vettel, Man Pifting, Cloud Harman, the three fastest drivers in Division 2 overall. As Man Pifting, he's going to try to take the lead. As the Sebastian Vettel, Cloud Harman making it 3 wide as they go into sector 3 with 16 rights is there as well. They're not covering him out as well. As Man Pifting Cloud Harman 16 rights, they are still battling for the lead, and that could allow Ivan to catch up. Looks like Ivan has successfully caught up to 16 rices. I think he's lost time somewhere in
Man
the trick
15 takes the
chain.
lead.
And yes, he has taken the lead. Man Pifting is currently the leader of this race. Cloud Harmon does the
Cloud Harbor.
23.7.
That's a really good fastest lap. Will someone
And
beat that in the coming laps, though? Three-way here. Sebastian Coetzee, Cloud Hartman versus Man 15. This is a top three that we weren't expecting from qualifying. But look at this three-way here. And then 16 Rice and Ivan for Star Boshan. Good start from them. Fourth and fifth.
yeah, looks like Reggie he's suffering from lag issues, and that could impact Reggie in the driver's standings. Looks like Cloud Harmon, since he is here, he could take P3 by the end of this season. So yeah, it's
Yep.
currently all or nothing right now. So yeah, Ben he has gained he's taken 6th place from regional Veloci as we go back to the lead, and it's 4-way battle again for the lead
16 Rice
between the
has
top
joined the
four,
battle.
and it's purple rain for 16 rise in sector 2. Man Pifting has made a slight mistake going slightly wide through that corner before the tricky chicane. Oh,
And
looks like
Sebastian Coetzee hit the wall
yeah, he's
into
hit the
that
wall by
chicane.
that's
And
yeah, he's
16
hit the wall by
Rice, out of nowhere, is in the lead of the New Jersey race. He leads lap 3, and Cloud Hartman comes back at him. It's a two-way fight for now, but Man Pitting and Seb will be coming back with that slipstream on the two long straights, but 16 Rice so far, and Cloud Hartman fighting it out for the lead.
Oh, looks like there's gonna be some Ferran tactics right there. It looks like Sebastian's gonna slow down so that um Ben can get some slipstream. But he's going to bring Ivan into the fight as well. So is this could this be a tactic um that is worth it?
Maybe. Also, for everyone who wanted the tire strategies, everybody is on hard tires. Uh, very bland strategy so far. Hard to medium, it seems, is the strategy unless we have rain. which isn't completely out of the question considering it's overcast. But when will that rain strike? I wonder. But now it's still a four-way fight for this race. Cloud Hartman deep 16 Rice goes a bit wider, and that gives in a better exit. But 16 Rice still leads this race. What a great start this has been for him, and still a four-way fight so far.
Yeah, it looks like it's becoming a six-way fight right now because looks like
Ben and
Sebastian.
Ivan,
Yeah, they looks like Sebastian he has successfully brought Ivan and Ben into the fight. So this is a huge risk as Man Pifting he's losing a little bit of ground. He's only half a second. He's only half a second now. Yeah, he's barely half a second behind Sebastian Coe. So yeah, this is all the play for now. It's 4 tenths the gap. So now all Ben Bifting needs to do is almost he went slightly wide, and that's going to compromise his exit and the speed going into sector 2. But that's not gonna matter anyways because yeah, because there's gonna be a
six-way fight
huge
now.
yeah, six-way fight right now. This is gonna be this could be a risk that Sebastian Coe is uh is taking. So, oh, looks like Reggie, he's suffering more
Ruggies
lag
struggling
issues
from
as
lag.
Sebastian Gatto. He's going to be in the lead right now. And what a corner that was by Sebastian Gatto. He successfully takes the lead 16 Rise. And is that could be a successful tactic. Look,
And
because
Sebastian Cadeau
Ben,
slightly in the wall there in the chicane as we start lap 6. Sebastian Cadeau still leads now from 16 Rice and Cloud Hartman. And Ben is going to take the fastest lap, I believe. It's a green purple first and middle sector. No, he makes a mistake, I believe, in the last sector. Cloud goes down the inside. That was a really bold dive bomb into turn 1. That was miles away. For some reason, he broke so much later than everyone there, and still someone made a corner. That's a really good thing there. But 16 Wise once again takes the lead. Sebastian Cato, there's 0 points. There's a nothing. It's separating the top three so far. And the
ooh,
man
Sebastian,
Pifting and Ivan.
yeah,
Sebastian was so
Sebastian,
close.
yeah, he was so close to going to the he was so close going to the runoff area. And if you go to the runoff, you have to stall massively. If not, you'll be tapping the wall and losing a lot of time. So yeah, Sebastian is taking a lot of risk right now, to save Ferran in the team's championship. And looks like 16 Rice has taken the lead, but Man Pifting do not count him out as well because he is I
He's
believe he
there, a
has got about
six-way
yes,
fight here.
yes, absolutely. As a Man Pifting, he has taken P2 from Sebastian, but it is not over yet. Sebastian, he's sure he's gonna take it, and he loses two positions immediately. So yeah, yeah, this is all to play for. This is a huge slip track, and it is a good opportunity for the drivers to possibly get ahead of other drivers in other packs. It looks like Creepy has set a purple sector too, so he must have done a very old man Pifting. He might have touched the wall right there. So
Very
yeah,
close margins there for man Pifting.
yeah, very close.
And right now, Ivan is just slightly closing in on this pack of cars, but he's not exactly in that fight. He's keeping up, but it's definitely not him in the fight so far. But now into the hairpin five-way fight, and who's gonna take the lead on the straight? It's Sebastian Cato. It's now the toe fight into the chicane. Who's gonna take the lead now into the chicane? Will anyone make a mistake? Even a very tricky corner hasn't taken anyone out this in the first 7 laps. Will that change later on as we go into the chicane? Nobody makes a mistake again, and it's another for run 1-2, just like in qualifying. And now Sebastian Cato is losing to Ben here. Ben is gonna take the lead. He's got a green first and second sector. Will that be the fastest lap that Cloud has been holding on to for the the first 7 laps? Here we go.
So now we have successfully crossed um, the 25% mark of the race, as Sebastian Vettel currently leads here in New Jersey. As oh, looks like Ben might have tapped the wall right there. That is
And really
That
close
is not gonna
margins
help.
from everyone. Really close margins from everyone, as also Aquils has DNF. That is really sad news there. That means everybody is gonna score points in that top 12, but what amount of points is still yet to be decided here. As Cloud Hartman now takes the lead from the two Farans, and Man 15 16 Rice is also there. The Star Blocktions as well are also somehow in this fight. Really good racing right now, but Cloud Hartman is in the lead for Envision.
Yeah, and like what Cloud Harmon said, everyone's gonna get points. So yeah, it's 3 points for everyone here in this race. As we go into sector three, that wall that going to sector three is a very dangerous corner. I think that was the corner that Mochi got the
Yep,
flip at, and Mark getting sent all the way to the right into the huge into the massive corner cut
huge
area.
runoff. Yep, massive
Yeah,
runoff
so
and massive mistake there if you go over that part of the track. Really tight corner as well.
yeah, I do have to agree with you, MJ. And um there's also another place where you can looks like Sebastian has touched the wall right there. Man Pifting has taken the lead out of nowhere. As
Horakagi Man 15 takes the lead. The world champion of Division 2 is in the lead and clearly showing that he's not given up just yet, even though he's got the championship and really close margins again into turn 4. I'm surprised no one has made a mistake through there. That's such
oh,
really
Sebastian's went
tight
wide.
margins. And
Just went
Sebastian,
very wide.
and that's gonna cost him a bit of time, as now Man 15 leads 3 cars and then a bit of a gap to Seb, 16 Rice, and Ivan, but mainly it's these 3 cars. Ben, Cloud, and Man 15 going into the chicane. Will anyone make a mistake? I wonder. They're trying to move as much as they can to cover that slipstream to break the toe, and no one makes a mistake again. Really good driving from these guys in Division 2. But Sebastian Cateau, out of nowhere, takes the lead again. Great slipstream fight here, and that's what the back straight gives. Really good racing into Sector 3, the trickiest, according to most FRL drivers, really, the trickiest sector to get right.
Yeah, sector three, you can't make any errors. If you make any errors, you're pretty much going to be into the wall, getting a corner cut. It looks like the top three has made a buffer to
Yep, a bit of a
to the
gap
drivers
here,
behind. Yeah.
but I believe that's still on a slipstream range. But they've fallen back a little bit to this top 3 as going into turn 4 again. No mistakes so far. They keep it really clean. But when are they gonna pit? I wonder.
Um,
They're
I
gonna
think currently,
probably
yep.
they're probably gonna pit around the second half of this race due to the fact that they're all running on hard tires. But how the strategy might work out? Will someone do an undercut? Will someone do an overcut? I wonder. Or will someone do what people in Gisborne do, to take it as long as possible, because the slipstream is more powerful than the tire advantage. Oh, and 16 Rice corner cuts into the chicane, and that's gonna put him down to 5th place. He was catching the top 3, and that's a gutting one. But he's still in that fight. He's just a second off the front.
I think Sebastian, he might have tapped the wall right there,
Again,
and
really close margins in Sector 3. And oh, Ben hits the wall in the final corner. As again, now Cloud has an 8 tenths of a second lead now over everybody else. Cloud Harbor 4 in Vision, former star blockchain driver here, and he's taking the lead away 9 tenths of a second. Will he try to block that slipstream? No, he doesn't. But he's gonna surely gonna try and run away, but I don't think it's gonna be feasible. Because look at the 6 cars, sorry, 5 cars catching him on the straights.
yeah. I wanted to mention this like I think a couple laps ago. There's also another place where you could lose a lot of time. That is turn five. So yeah, the runoff area is yeah the
Massive.
yeah
Yeah.
if you make a massive mistake going to turn five, you're gonna go straight into the runoff and tap the wall right there. and that's going to lose you a lot of time. So yeah, it is best if you do not um do not go wide in
What a
turn
great
five.
line that was from Man 15. And here we go now into the very tricky sector 3, into that tight chicane. Man 15 goes
Ooh,
wide.
man
Sebastian Cadeau hit
50.
the wall. And again, that part of the track's really tricky, and you really can't make a mistake, or else you're just gonna get sent into the wall. And Cloud Hartman is in the lead so far, but slightly, and everyone seems to be complaining about lag issues, and yeah, that's definitely gonna be affecting it in terms of
Oh, Ben has
slipstream.
tapped the wall. He's tapped the wall massively, I think.
Yep,
Going
massive.
going into turn two, as Creepy has retired from the race. So there's 11 drivers left. And here in this race, and Man Pifting has taken the lead, but can he get the car stopped in time? Ben almost went wide right there. That is a
What a
that
save that
is
was.
yeah. He
Could have
almost
been,
went to the runoff.
yep, could have been deadly had he not saved that. Five-way into the hairpin we go. Cloud is still leading from 16 rise. Man Pifting, Ben and Sebastian Cato. Ivan is still there, surprisingly. He's not really in the fight, but he's keeping up, which is very good driving from him. Will he strike at the end of the race, I wonder? Or is it just him hanging back? Into the fast chicane we go, and Ben still leads. 1-2 again for run, and Cloud is getting really close. Oh, and Ben, and that was really close. But Ben keeps it straight. 16 rises up in that fight as well. Ben leads again now into lap number 13. 16 rise, Cloud Hartman, Sebastian Cato. They're right behind them, trying to eat the toe from Ben. And into turn one now. And Cloud really great line there. What a line that was into turn one, but that kind of cost him. And Ben again hits the wall, and that's going to
Three
cost him
wide.
the lead of
Now
this
it's
race.
two by
It's
two.
yep, a 2 by 2 in the straight into turn 4 and 5. Let's see what's going to happen down this very tricky braking the corner. Now that we have a bit of a tower issue now, due to the fact it's 13 laps now on the hard tires, and nobody still makes a mistake. And it seems everyone's debating about medium being the next tire. So
Yeah,
Cloud
it could.
Hartman still leads.
Yeah, it could be either hard to medium or hard to soft, but provided if you can make those hard tires last until the point where you have to pit for the soft tires, then yes, you should go on that strategy. Uh, but I think I look, I think someone made a mistake right there. I'm
Yep,
not sure who was it,
I believe that
but
was Ben as he slowed down a little bit, but Seb now has a bit of a buffer, 4 tenths. Oh, wait, what's going
oh,
on with
he's tapped
Seb?
the wall. He's tapped the wall massively again. That chicane is that chicane is
That
hard to
chicane's
master.
deadly. Yep, very
Yeah,
deadly once you make a mistake through there, especially on these tires that are pretty much getting close to a very specific drop-off point. It's gonna it's gonna lose all grip here. We're halfway through the race and we still don't have a clear winner right now. X-way fight still. Man Pifting leads by virtually nothing from Ben, Cloud, 16, Sebastian, and hanging back in that is Ivan in sixth place. Nobody makes a mistake again into that corner. Into the hairpin we go. Nobody makes a mistake so far. And Man Pifting still leads, but look at this six-way fight again. I've been
yeah. This is
emphasizing this for the entire race, but this is really good racing. Six-way fight for the win. Nobody still has like a clear buffer that they can win on. As into the fast chicane we go. Nobody makes a
the
mistake
top
so
four.
far.
Yeah,
Really
the
close.
top four standings. It changed massively right there, and now
Yep.
Sebastian's into the lead. Ivan's into the battle as well. So this is a six-way battle for the lead as well. There's also another battle going on for P8, it's
Enzo versus Kokoksai and PvP and Patrick, the last drivers, also having a titanic battle. And PvP goes wide, and that's gonna cost him a little bit this battle for P8. And everyone seems to be in a battle. Except for Reggie here, a lonely race he's been driving, 7 seconds off the leaders, and then 4 seconds off ahead. Sorry, 4 seconds ahead of the drivers. And
Looks
this,
like yeah, sorry to interrupt you, MJ, but I think
go
16
on.
right, he is complaining of his tires right now. Said that his tires are dead. So could that be the crossover point to mediums? As now there's a there's a nearly a three wide going onto the exit of turn six. So yes, this is still raging on. Man 15 taking a deeper line right there, but I think he has killed a little bit of his speed. No, it looks like he has killed a little bit of his speed by taking a deeper line. Um to the hairpin. So now this is still a six way. Oh, what's happened to Ben?
What
Oh
has
wait, no, never
happened?
mind.
That was a
Oh
bit of a slowdown, I believe. But
yeah, that was
also,
that yeah, that
let
was
us look at
lagging.
the eighth place fight here. Still raging as well. Patrick, Enzo, Coke, and PvP. They're fighting like it's the race win here. Four-way fight, different lines taken, nobody makes a mistake into the hairpin of Sector 3. This is just
He
as
stepped the
good.
wall.
Yep, this is just as good as the race win battle. Just only 10 seconds back, and Coke comes into pits. He's the first one to come into pits. Lap number 16, at
Ivan
the end of lap
leads.
15. And Ivan
Ivan leads
leads
this
this
race,
race
but
briefly.
Cloudhaven immediately takes it back. And now Man Pifting, he's still in third. He's trying to take the lead. Um, still trying to take the lead, trying to limit the damage made by front FR in the team's championship. Who's gonna go wide? Who's going to do
Oh, and
Man Pifting?
Man
Yeah, Man
Pifting saves it. But look at the gap now. Ben is out of contention, I believe. He's 2.6, unless he can gain a lot
Yeah,
of time on 16 rise here. But can he keep up with 16 rise here? He said he's out of it, but I highly doubt. He's 1.2 from 16 rise, and Cloud says undercut. What will we see here?
Sebastian says no.
They're disagreeing on strategy. To be fair, they're not teammates, so they don't necessarily have to do the same strategy. But who's going to be pitting first in this six group of cars? Speaking of, Bet has fallen off massively as well. He's now just about 2.6 seconds. So is 16 Rice. Will someone come in? No, no one's coming in. And oh, Ben has come in. He's going to be the first front runners to come in, hoping to get maybe back into that slip fight. Yep, and that's exactly what he was trying to do. And I hope it works out well for him. And that means his second driver to go to the medium tire. And Patrick Ead and Enzo come in as well.
I think Koik here, he came in. I think he was the first driver to come in, I believe. So
Yep,
so yeah, could this be could this work? The undercut looks like it.
Kokuksai
I
has
think
massively gained on Enzo and Patrick, and that's gonna be detrimental for that fight for P8. They've lost so much time, 4 seconds even, from Coke to
2.8.
Patrick. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
but now
2.8. I was lagging a bit, but 2.8 from Kokuksai to Patrick, and that wasn't the gap earlier. That was virtually nothing earlier. So an undercut really works out here. But can anyone in this top four? 16 has fallen off a little bit, and I believe 16 should undercut to try and maybe fight his way back, just like what Ben did. But we'll see. And Man 15 comes into the pits, and so will 16 rise as they come into the pits. That was way quicker from 16
oh, man,
into the pit
might
lane.
he tapped the wall.
Yep, he tapped the wall just a tiny bit. We have to look at Ben here. We need to focus at Ben here, Mac, to see if he's in contention to catch the Man 15 and 16 rise. PvP last one of the P8 runners, P8 fighters to come in. And here we go. Will Ben has undercut Man 15 and 16 rise unless the pit exit will favor Man 15. No, Ben has got ahead of Man 15 and 16 rise, but they're on the slip, so it's going to be slip battle again. Can they, using this slip battle, get ahead of Sebastian Cloud and Ivan Strain? This might just work, but how much will it be effective? They're gaining time around a tenth per corner, but will it be enough though? As also the top three have slipped.
Yeah, the top three, they're going to be taking a race right here. They could be going on to softs, but I think as we saw last season, we saw I believe it done incroyably, they yeah she went on to softs, but I think she kind of fell off. I think on the final few laps. So that is a risk. The top three will be willing to take. So yeah, this all to play for. And Ivan has come in for his pit stop.
Yep, Ivan in that three-car fight that still haven't pitted, and so does Regional. So the top two, Sebastian Cato and Cloud Hartman, this might pay off if they get the late race pace, but I don't think it's gonna work here unless they have godly race pace at the end with soft tires. I believe they're going for the soft tires, and they're discussing that they might catch in 7 laps, and Ivan comes out around 1.4 seconds. He's still in the slip, surprisingly, in sixth place. And just a bit of a note here, Kokoksai has undercut Regional. Surprisingly, the first man to come into the pits has undercut massively and up into seventh, but he's getting caught up by Regional here for seventh place. But Sebastian versus Cloud here,
So
they're
looks like
losing
Ivan.
time massively.
Yeah, they're
Go on, Wolf.
massively. Yeah. Looks like well, Cloud and Sebastian, they pretty much asked Ivan if he wanted to go on the
Oh,
source, but
oh I
oh,
thought Ben was gonna disconnect. Sorry about that. Go on.
yeah. So yeah, Sebastian and Cloud, they pretty much asked Ivan if he wants to go on the soft well, pretty much the same strategy as them. But it looks like Ivan, he's decided to become the lone wolf here in this race and go onto the medium tires. Oh, is that
And
rain
I
I
believe
see? Yeah, yeah, that's
and
rain.
it's raining, and that's massive, massive implications for this race. Cloud Hartman and Sebastian Cato will be the race leaders
Oh,
by 17 seconds. What a massive gamble this was, and it paid off for them. What a surprise here. And that's going to be a massive dent in the team's championship as well, because Man Pifting isn't in contention to win now with the rain here, and that's a gifted win, I believe, for Cloud or Seb. It's going to be a tight two-way fight now.
it's 45. It is 45. Yeah, it is a
45 rain, so I
45.
believe that's inter weather still.
Yeah, that is surely the crossover to the intermediates, and that is, I think that's the win settled for this race.
Yeah, it's these two drivers now that's gonna win.
Oh, it
And
looks like Sebastian. He wants to stay out.
Sebastian wants to stay out. And I believe that might be a good strategy because according to regional here, driving will give us weather updates. It's rising to 68%. So, sorry,
I think
53 track and 68 rain percentage. So you
I
may
think they
want to
have to.
stay out still, but still it's an
No,
interweather.
no, they have. No, looks like the drivers behind Sebastian and Cloud, they decide to come into the pits.
Everyone's coming into the pits apart from the top two. What jeopardy for the final 7 laps of this race? Will this kind of tactic pay off for Sebastian and Cloud? I highly doubt it will, but that's a massive gap that Ben and others will have to
It's
catch.
like, oh, here we go, here we go.
This is
This
gonna
is
be
all to
tight.
play for. And looks like Man Pifting has gone to the inters as well as regional and
Everybody has come in apart from the top two. I believe Sebastian and Cloud will pit this time around, but that was very weird that they stayed on for another lap.
oh, this could be.
And look at the tires, sorry to interrupt. Look at the tires here. They're split on inter and wet. Ben,
So
Man15 Regional, Patrick and Enzo all on the inter tires, Ivan 16 Kogoksai and PvP on the wet tires. This could massively change. And look at how slow
Cloud
they're
tapped the
taking the
wall.
chicane. Sebastian Coeto and Cloud, they're coming into the pits, and I believe they will have a safe gap to to enter and exit the pits without really losing much time. But what a surprise that was to pit a lap later, maybe. But we'll see. I believe that these two drivers will be the only ones in contention for a win now because they're 31 seconds ahead and pit stops are around 20 seconds, I believe. So there's no chance the other drivers can catch them. So
Yeah,
then Sebastian Coeto is slightly ahead, oh, massively ahead actually of Cloud Hartman. Must have been a mistake in the pits, but still fighting for this. Sebastian Coeto, the late star of D2, and Cloud Hartman for Envision. This could be a really close race here to the checkered flag. 10 seconds to Ben and Man 15. They're gonna fight for second place. Sorry, third place. But what
they have to
a
work together, surely.
yep, they have to be. And they go really wide there. Surely intermediates are quicker apparently, so that might be detrimental here. Ben and Man 15 might catch if the tire advantage is that big, because Cloud and Seb went to the wet tires and Ben and Matt Pifting went on the intermediates. So what a what a weird shock, what a shocking to events here once the rain came.
Yeah, it looks like the gap has decreased by huge by 8 seconds. It looks like Enzo is gone from this race, and
Enzo
yeah, that
has DNF.
by I believe it's 75. But I believe you complete 75% of the race, you will finish. You will still be classified, I believe.
I believe that is right. So Sebastian and Cloud, they're losing massive amounts of time. Ben and Man Pifting are 6 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like
They're right there. They're
yeah,
getting
they
really
are right there.
close.
5.6. They've gained they've gained like 6 tenths in the first two turns, and this could prove massive to
It's just
to the top two.
when we thought that Seb and Cloud had a win in their hands. This might not be over yet, but Sebastian Coeto, as you can see in the chat, says next lap will be faster. So were they pitting in foresight of uh, really strong rain that's gonna be wet conditions? I don't think that's the case right now. They're 4 seconds. They're gaining all the time. 1 second per sector. Will they make it before the
It's like
line?
Ben
And then I thought Ben
he's
was gonna
like
disconnect
yeah,
again. That was a massive shock to my heart there. But they're getting closer again. 3.8 seconds. They're 3 seconds now behind Sebastian Vettel. They gained 7 tenths of a second in that one corner. There they are. They're right there.
this
This
is
is gonna
this is
be exciting. This is exciting. 2.5 seconds. They're gaining every
1.5.
single corner.
1.3, and this is now officially a
Fight for the
four-way fight for the
win.
lead.
A fight for the win where the top two are struggling with tires and Ben and Matt Piffing are so much quicker. Will this be a surprise win from Ben? Will this be another win for Seb or Cloud or Man Piffing? This is gonna be tight.
Oh no, it looks like Ben he's looks like he's gonna be helping Sebastian Coeto. And it looks like Sebastian he somehow managed to keep a 1.1 second lead. So
Yep, but Cloud Hartman's getting absolutely overtaken right there. Cloud's fallen off. Here we go. Man Pifting and Ben out of nowhere is gonna try and catch Sebastian Cateau. He's losing so much time, but on the straights, obviously, there's not really much to gain. Here we go into the chicane. Sebastian Cateau will lose so much. Look at how much quicker Ben and Man Pifting are. into
Yeah,
this
and
tight
I
chicane where you really need grip. This is gonna be the overtake for the lead. And oh, and Ben goes wide, and that's Man drifting into the lead. Or is it? It's a three-way fight here. Who's gonna take the win into lap
now
25?
now do you remember season two? In
Yep.
Division One, yeah, it is deja vu here, and it is
And Ben goes down the inside. Sorry to
Mega
interrupt
Daniel
there, but
by Man 15. He's
Man
taken
15
the
takes
lead.
the lead. The world champion has taken the lead for Akagi, and this is going to be detrimental here. But of course, Ferran has P2 and P3 to their hands. Akagi has P1 and P9, but still a win's going to help them massively. And Ben is trying to close the gap. He can win this race even. If he just gets on with it, it's 2 tenths between the two drivers who pick the intermediate tires. What I can't believe my eyes here. Man Pifting and Ben are fighting for the race win, even though they were 10 seconds behind earlier. What a massive turnaround.
Yeah, looks like hey, he has fallen off. He's now 2 seconds behind Sebastian, 3 seconds behind behind Ben, and this
And
could prove
again,
massive as and as
Ben
yeah
keeps on freezing. Sorry to interrupt, but Ben keeps on just slightly freezing, and it really scares me a little bit because he might just be out of contention, as we know. Here we go. 3 laps to go. Once they get to the line, who's gonna win this? Man Pipting or Ben, or maybe even Seb and Cloud if the weather turns out to their way. It could still be them, and they're the only 4 drivers that are actually in contention here. As Ben goes into turn one, Man Pipting follows the same line, and they've still got it clean, kept it clean, but what a
Ben
race this
weaving,
has
he's
been. Three
weaving all
laps
over
to
the
go.
place.
Yep,
Yep,
weaving,
yep.
just trying to keep that man Pifting right behind him.
Yeah, looks like yeah, Ben is going all out here. As Man Pifting's gone very wide.
Oh, and
He's
that's massive.
but that's not gonna work at all. Looks like the mistake has not looks like Man Pifting, he is down but not out. He's 6 tenths uh behind Ben. Can it looks like he has gained a lot of time on the straights thanks to the slipstream. So now it is still a battle between Ben and Man Pifting. Champion versus rookie. Who is going to take this win?
What a surprise battle this will be. The world champion, he's basically crowned that. Can he take the win from Ben here, who's it's his first start in Division 2, as he said, he was a rookie. Who's gonna take the win now into the final corner? We start the penultimate lap, 6 tenths between the top 2 runners. Who is going to win this race? As we go into turn one and turn two, Ben is still 6 tenths and 6 tenths ahead, and he's just moving that tiny fraction to keep Man Pifting behind. His slipstream is non-existent, to be fair here, but Man Pifting just slightly keeping up. Oh, sorry, slightly gaining, I believe. I mean, and into the hairpin then. This is gonna be so close. If Man Pifting can get that slight advantage over Ben, Ben goes slightly wide, but into the long straight. This is his massive chance. 4 tenths. It's gonna drop down even more down the corner, down the straight. 2 tenths now. Who is gonna take the lead into the fast chicane? Ben, and Man Pifting takes the lead. Here we go into the fast chicane. Who's gonna take the lead? Ben, and they keep it clean. Wow, what a what a great fight this has been. And Man Pifting is still right behind Ben. This is so close. And right now into the really tight chicane. Man Pifting makes a mistake.
Man
And
15.
that's gonna be another mistake that he should not have done. And Ben keeps the position in a better line as well. That's 4 tenths then to the
It is the
final
white
lap
flag.
of this
White
race.
flag.
White flag.
White flag is in the air one more time around for Ben. If he can keep it on track, if he can take his lines, if he can pick his lines.
Absolutely perfectly. He can win this. Just keep it clinical on the final lap. And he's
Oh, he's
weaving.
weaving.
He's weaving, trying to keep man 15 behind, and it's somehow working. He's still 5 tenths behind, 3 tenths behind into turn 4. Who's gonna make a mistake? Is he gonna make a mistake? Ben slightly, just ever so slightly, makes a mistake, but still keeps it on the track and into the hairpin we go. This is where he's gonna gain 3 tenths or 4 tenths, man
On
15.
7.
And he, oh,
Oh, he's
very
gone sliding
wide,
wide.
and that's not gonna help his case of trying to catch
But
Ben. Will this be it?
but he has more slipstream. He will be getting more slipstream, and Ben is weaving all over the place.
He's
This
getting
is all or
closer.
nothing. Is
Yep,
all or
this
nothing. As they go into the sector 3 chicane, looks like Ben's got to keep it on the track, and
he's
that
kept
could
it on
seal
the
the
track.
win.
He's kept it
Yeah,
on the track. Here he comes down to the final few corners. Is this gonna be a first
surely
race,
that's a win.
first win?
Surely that's a win for Ben
Is it
as
surely
he
the
rounds the
win?
final two
Round the final
corners.
corner. Man 15 is right there. And into the
He's not gonna
final
do it.
corner we go. And then for his first race in Division 2, he's gonna take the win of a run. And what a
Wow.
great race that was. Let's go. Great job for Ben. What a first race in Division 2. What a shocking win here. And what an utterly great race that was. And Cloud Hartman goes third, and that's
He
going to be a
took dirt
podium for
from
him.
Yeah, he
He's
took dirt
taken
from
third.
us.
And the Malaysian driver from Malaysian driver for runner for the D3 East driver, who's won a couple of races there, wins in Division 2. And that's such a great result for him. Ivan and 16, who were in its race win fight, is 7th and 8th. Kokoksai and PvP Pitbull will round out the final points. I believe Enzo will score a point because he DNF after the 75% mark. Well, what a result from Ben. 5 tenths to the reigning world champion as well of Division 2. What a race that was as we wait for PvP. He is close to finishing this race, but there it is. A great result. And they're celebrating in the chat there for Ben. What a great result this has been. And there's PvP into the final corner, and he will finish the race. And that's it for the penultimate race of Division 2. Another good race with wet racing. Such a great, such a
Wow.
great thing. Just when we thought when Cloud and Sebastian Coetzee were gonna win, and then another shock came in, and Ben wins by 5 tenths of a second. Thank you so much for joining us in this race. An utterly great race this was, and we hope to see you again in Division 1 in an hour's time. Thank you, everyone, and